Hello everyone, I am so happy to be here today. We're going to create a light up scrapbook page. So I'm going to be using the halo light combo. I'm not going to use the halo light. I'm going to be using one of the individual lights that are in that combo pack. We're going to be scrapbooking some concert photos today, which I thought would be the perfect subject for a light up scrapbook page. And I'm going to be using tons of new products from Burgess Monroe. So basically anything that isn't Pear Blossom Press on today's project is from Burgess Monroe. They just came out with this awesome grungy city view paper pack and so many fun things. I thought it would be absolutely perfect. We are going to dip into my stamp stash too, and those stamps will be from multiple manufacturers. Most of them are not available anymore, but I'll mention them. Maybe you have them in your stash. We're going to do 4 photos today, and these are from a Brit Floyd concert. So if you have never heard of Brit Floyd, they're a tribute band. They do Pink Floyd music, and they also do an amazing laser show as part of their concert. I took my husband to see them. He absolutely loved it. I thought that it was lovely. Maybe not my cup of tea exactly, but the lasers were super cool and awesome. And but he really had a nice time, and we went with some friends who also had an amazing time. So that's all that matters. I went ahead and matted these 4 photos of different parts of the laser show that I thought were really cool. And I also have a cut file here. So I cut this kind of half sunburst from a whole bunch of different colored cardstocks. The cut file was just from Cricut Design Space. I just typed in the search bar half sunburst, and this one popped up, and I thought it worked really well with all the colors. So since I was using the pattern paper from that City View paper pad, I went ahead and just followed the coordinating cardstock colors that are on the back of the packaging, and used the cut file and cut out this half sunburst, which we're going to get to in a minute. So this is the part of my scrapbook layout that I'm going to add my light to. So that's why I'm kind of using some washi tape and getting all of this together into one large panel, because this is where we're going to put the light. So you can see here, I'm putting the light in and putting it in upside down. I'm just adhering it with some tape runner. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and put all kinds of foam tape around this, because I'm going to pop up this entire section of my layout with the world's best foam tape. I'm going to use a ton of the foam tape because I really wanted all 4 of these photos with their mats, and then this whole section to be popped up on my layout. And I loved the idea of having this whole section pop up and then light up. So I placed the light so that the light will hit that bright pink cardstock, which kind of makes the light have this pink glow to it. And then it's going to kind of illuminate the entire sunburst. Now, because I did this video and I did this photos in the afternoon where it was super bright, I got some good light up shots, but I will say that at night it lights up the whole sunburst. So you'll be able to see it on camera, but it looks really cool when it's dark. So I went ahead and I marked where my photo strip is on my white cardstock. And then I am taking a whole bunch of spray mist These are aqua pigment liquid watercolors, and I'm using them and a fan brush, and I have a couple of different shades. One is like a bright pink, one is a green, one's a blue, and I'm taking a fan brush and I am splattering right along where I put those lines, where I put those little tick marks with the pencil. And then when I put my photos back down, there will be this lovely like splatter that will be concentrated down either side of my photographs. For embellishments on this layout, I decided to go for a couple of stamp sets. Two of these stamp sets are from Visible Image. One of them is from Wild Whisper. They are all older stamp sets from my stash, but they're like guitars and headphones and different things. There's a drum set there, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp these elements with just some black ink and my Misty tool. I let the elements dry just for a little bit, just to get the ink dry, and then I'm coming in with those same 3 liquid watercolor aqua pigments, and I am just kind of concentrating some splatter around each of the elements, and I'm using just one color. So like the guitar, I just splattered in pink. The drums, I just splattered in green. And then I'm going to fussy cut these elements, and they're going to be like the embellishments on my layout. Next, I took these cute little creative cards. I took 3 of them that I thought would be really nice, and I grabbed an alphabet stamp from my stash, and I stamped out some of the songs that were on the playlist at the concert. You can see them there on the left, along with all of those elements that I fussy cut. So now everything is dry, and it's time to pull all these different elements together on my layout. So I forgot to take off this. So I'm going to start by peeling up all of this foam tape and getting the photographs and the light up element on to my scrapbook page. What is awesome about Pear Blossoms foam tape is that it is repositionable for up to 30 minutes, easily repositionable. I have repositioned it up to 45 minutes after, and I needed to adjust something, and it came up without a problem at all. It is not like foam tape where you so much as get it within a millimeter of the paper and it's stuck. You can peel this up, you can move it. So like here you're going to see, I think at some point here I'm going to pull up this all of this, because it was a little bit crooked. I didn't have it quite 100% straight. And then you're also going to see, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in all of these sunbursts. As you can see, it took me a little while. I had to move the pieces of the sunburst around a little bit till I really had gotten them all evenly spaced and exactly where they needed to go. I did have a picture from Cricut Design Space that the cut file gave me, so I did have an idea of where I was putting them, but I did have to kind of move them up and move them around a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and take all these different sunbursts and create this large half sunburst beside the photos, and then that is what is going to light up. So once I have the cut file completely in place here and ready to go, you'll see here I'm turning the light on and off, but it is a little hard to see in the video because of it was really sunny when I was doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some of the stamped images right in the middle of that sunburst. I'm going to create a little cluster right there. And then I also grabbed my little Pear Blossom press stamp set that has all the little directions like push and pull and those kinds of things on it. And I added a little press right there beside the guitar so that you know there's something special about this particular page when you're flipping through my album. And what's really nice is that this type of an interactive scrapbook page, you can put it right into a page protector, because you can push that button right in the middle in the page as you're flipping through the album. Works great. And I haven't had even a little bit of problem with like the light staying on or anything. Like you have to push it to turn the light on. So it's not going to like get hot or turn on and stay on inside your scrapbook. So I'm adding some washi tape strips just along this one edge of the layout. I thought this style worked really good, and it was a nice little pop of black right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and just start getting all of these elements onto my page where I think I want them. I decided I really want the headphones to kind of be overlapping the guitar right here, and I am going to add just a little bit, another little piece of the foam tape under there, so it's situated the way that I like it. And then down this side, this left side, I'm going to add all of those stamped song titles. So these are all songs that they played in the concert, and I went ahead and kind of stamped them out onto those little 3x4 cards so that they have a really cool background to them. And then I'm going to get them into different places along that strip here. And I'm going to add some more foam tape on the back of comfortably, because the word comfortably is way too long. And no matter how I did it, it wasn't going to fit. So I had it kind of overlap the photos. Why does the word comfortably have to be so long? Anyway, it worked out just fine in the end. Decided to make my little sunburst a little more sketchy. It was looking too crisp and clean with the rest of the layout. So I'm just taking a black pen and I'm going to add a doodly border. And yes, this took me a little while to do, but I'm adding I have a black gel pen, and I'm just going to add a doodly border around the edges of all of the different parts of the sunburst. I really like how that turned out. Okay, so now I'm going to do something, and I'm going to show you how cool and why this is the world's best foam tape. So I want to add some more stamping down that left side, and I'm also going to add some on the right. But I'm just going to do this stamping direct right onto the paper. So I really liked this little border that kind of looked like sound waves. I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought it would work really well with the photos and the whole kind of vibe going on in the concert and in these pictures. And so I'm going to pull those in. Plus, again, those areas of my layout were looking a little too like stark white and clean. And this is more of like a rock and roll grungy type of a layout. Next, I wanted to add some elements to like more. I want to fill in that left part. Watch this. Watch this. So I want to put this microphone, and I want to stamp it direct to paper, but I popped up that piece and I just pulled it up. It just pulls up, like just boom, pulled up, no problems. And that's why this is the world's best foam tape ever. So now I'm just coming in with some drumsticks and some music notes and some lightning bolts, and just adding little bits of stamping to some of these areas, just areas that I felt like needed a little more interest. And that is where we're going to call this layout all done. You will find a link for the world's best foam tape, of course, as well as the Halo combo kit, which is where I used my light from. And that combo kit has lots of different lights. I've done a layout with the Halo, or not a layout, I've done a card with the Halo light where I lit up a fish, like a fish bowl, and they're really fun. I really like those lights, and I'm gonna try to do it again. So I did turn off, like you can't see, but I turned off all the lights in my room to see if I could get the light to shone brighter, but it was really bright in my room. So but there's a look at the lights on, and here's a photograph as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this little light up scrapbook page, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.